Oh, hey, LaBeard, it's your boy Big B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. As you can see from the title, today's video is a tag video, and I was tagged by Chris over at Casual Fragrances, and today's topic is about being clean. It's about being fresh. It's about the top 4 fresh out of the shower fragrances. Now, these fragrances that I'm going to mention today are ones that I generally reach to, or I know that I will be reaching to a lot in the upcoming months for fresh out of the shower, clean fragrance feel. So now that you know we're talking about, let's get down to business. Personally, when I think about fresh out of the shower fragrances, I think about something that isn't going to be super overpowering. All right, oftentimes I'm hopping out of the shower super late. When I say late, we're talking like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, hop into bed with the missus, and I'm not gonna put something on that's going to like smack her in her face like, wow, I have arrived. Except that one time. Except that one time, you know what I'm saying? I don't even remember what it was, but she was like, no. What did you have on? You do not want to suffocate the missus during that situation. The only thing you want to kill, and we'll get back to this list. The first fragrance on this list is going to be an honorable mention. I rarely do honorable mentions, but I feel like this one deserves it because I do wear it fresh out of the shower, but the others out here get it much more than this one. This one is a clean, woody, masculine scent that is made for the kings out there, and it's not a vintage. This one is K by Dolce Gabbana. Obviously, you can tell from the color of this thing that this one is blue. It's a nice, fresh fragrance that has this masculine, woody base that I think a lot of you out there will enjoy. This one did not get as much love as I thought it was going to get. When I was contacted about this fragrance, I was told, yo, this thing is dope. And I went to go check it out. I'm like, oh, this is cool. But it wasn't like received with open arms out there. A lot of people talked about this one being generic, etc. And that's what happens with a lot of blue fragrances, is you get that generic type of feel, but it works in terms of people really enjoy them, and it doesn't like really mess with anyone. All right, so this is a fragrance that I think that you can wear fresh out of the shower and be a-okay with it. So what I'll do is, I know somebody who carries this, my people over Sniff Perfumes down below, I'm gonna reach out to them, see if they can hook you up with a discount on this thing. If you're looking for it, definitely try it out, but if not, I'll just leave anything linked and listed down below for you as well. K by Dolce & Gabbana in the honorable mention spot. This next one that I feel is going to be a good fresh out of the shower fragrance is one that I've talked about in the review, like, hey, this one is going to be good fresh out of the shower. It doesn't project a ton. This one sits closer to the skin, but it's really enjoyable in terms of its scent profile. This one comes from Coach. So we've talked about the Coach EDT, we talked about Coach Platinum, and now I'm talking about Coach Blue. All right, so you're like, yo, B, you just got it right. I did just get it, and I can tell you that this one is going to be a nice fresh out of the shower scent that I'm going to wear a lot as it comes up these next few months or so. So there you have it, man. Coach Blue is one that, again, it's an eau de toilette, so it's not going to be super crazy. It's not like the original Coach that I thought was really nice, but some people out there felt that, you know, it was a little smack you in the face too much. This one sits closer to the skin. It's clean. It has a classic blue setup, which means citrus in the top. You have some florals and citrus in the mid, and then you have a woody base for this one to be this masculine, earthy, dry down that is really enjoyable. So there you have it. Nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. Nothing that a lot of you are going to run and, you know, go crazy about. But I feel like this one's going to be a nice, clean, fresh out of the shower fragrance that you can rock like a boss. So Coach Blue EDT from Coach. This next fragrance is a super dumb reach for me, and one that I do fresh out of the shower a ton. I've talked about it in a number of videos, whether it's reviews, list, etc. Oddly satisfying fragrances. This one is really it, okay? Mojave Ghost from Barredo, super satisfying light fragrance that's enjoyable, pleasant, and really work fresh out of the shower. This one is an ode to the Mojave Ghost flower, but I don't get this one to be super floral. This one is this nice blend. It's a unisex scent, but I really feel like this one just goes along with the person that is wearing it. Mojave Ghost, again, you're gonna hear the same things from me, right? I was put onto this by a subscriber. I wear it, enjoy it, spray it on my underclothes, fresh out of the shower thing is really dope for me, but not one that I wear the most, but definitely one that I really enjoy fresh out of the shower. But it's not the one that I wear the most. A lot of you think you may know what that is. We're gonna get down to it. But before I give you the final fragrance on today's list for the 4 fresh out of the shower fragrances, this next one would be on the list as the number 1 fragrance on this list, but I don't have a full bottle. I only have decants and samples of it, and I probably need to buy a full bottle, but I have so many decants and samples of it that I don't feel like it's worth it because I'm not wearing it throughout the day in most cases. It's really more difficult to wear throughout the day in most cases because of how this one is set up in terms of its samples. It's like a dapper style, which takes a bit for it to really go through, but fresh out of the shower, you don't want it to be a ton anyway, but this one is super, super enjoyable. The fragrance I'm talking about comes from Armani Privé, and this one is Vetiver de Hiva. This one is this fruity, floral, citrus vetiver fragrance, and it is amazing. Listen, I need to buy a bottle of this one, and I feel like just because of how great this thing smells, despite how many samples I have of this one, I probably just need to go ahead and buy the full bottle. But here's the thing, I just know once I do that, I'm going to be on a journey in terms of Armani Privé, is a lot of their fragrances smell amazing. Whether it's their rose-based fragrances, their oud-based fragrances, their myrrh, they just do things extremely well. They take it to a next level. They do their a regular fragrance as well, but when it comes to their privé or their private line stuff, man, I think they are just next level. And this one, again, would be by far the number 1 fragrance for me in terms of fresh out of the shower scents, for me going to bed, etc. That one right there would be number 1. But because I don't have it in collection, this next fragrance is number 1, and I think it will be close, although these things smell totally different, and many of you would say that the fragrance that I just mentioned is leaps and bounds above and beyond this fragrance. But this one has this nostalgia to me. I've talked about it a ton on the channel. A lot of you hit me up like, yo, B, I always bypass that fragrance, but since you talked about it, I have it, and now I'm in love. All right, this fragrance comes from Burberry, and you already know what this one is. This one is Burberry Touch. This one is this woody, masculine, aromatic, clean, fresh fragrance that just really works. There's a slightly powdery feel to it, but you have musk in here, you have some cedarwood, you also have some tonka bean, and you have some citrus notes there as well. Burberry Touch is a fragrance that you wear when you want to be touched fresh out of the shower. You pop this thing on, pow, pow. You hop in the bed like, smell me, baby, smell me. This one is a lifer for me, and it will likely be a lifer for you as well, because this one can be had for far less than that Armani that I talked about. I think the Armani is like about $300, and discounted, it's not much cheaper either. And with the Burberry Touch discounted, you're gonna get this one for about $20. So in theory, you can buy 15 Burberry Touches for one of these. But listen, they both serve the same purpose for me. So I love these fragrances for the most part. I hope that you will enjoy them as well and give them a shot in terms of your fresh out of the shower fragrances. I think they will work for you as they have worked for me. So again, shout out to Chris over at Casual Fragrances for including me into this tag. What I want to do is continue this on, and I'm going to go ahead and tag in Rise Frags 34, man. Shout out to you. See if you can hop onto this with me. Listen, man, like, a lot of you guys don't know this. Maybe he doesn't know either. Prior to me doing his reviews, I would watch a few people fragrance reviews, and he was one of them, and his fragrance collection was crazy way back in the G before I started doing this. So shout out to you, sir. I would love to see what your fresh out of the shower fragrances would be. And then also, if I can, extend this over to Joe sent me, because his fragrance collection is crazy as well. So there you have it. As always, I'm your boy, Big B. Beat him. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. So fresh, so clean. Before you go though, hit the goddamn bell.